jumping from jumping from
Just be in one place.
I'm thinking.
Santara is also beautiful, but it's far away.
Yes.
Same with San Diego.
Same as the classes. Beginning to realize.
No, I only see they could promote
It would be nice.
more people.
Yes.
Other than that, it's not worthwhile.
Yes.
At least 2.5 hours.
I was going there every month.
Three.
Three.
Or more, depending on traffic.
I'm getting old.
We all have.
I know that. Point of
We know.
thing is, I fall down. And I don't want to fall down in hospital.
No, it's
Keep here.
You can share with me.
That's the reason. That's the main reason.
What you need?
But I'll go.
What?
Is it needed to focus on my face?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Necessary?
a kind of torture.
Torture.
Om Shahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavamahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Mahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. You can wait for few minutes to contemplate on what you have read before. Check your book and let other people also come. 5 minutes. So, what we have read the other day, two verses are very important before we close this Kathopanishad study, that three instructions have been given in two important areas. One is called the how to start our spiritual practice by thinking that Brahman is there. That was the verse number 13. First and foremost, to realization that there is a cosmic self, Asti, and then try to see that existence everywhere without name and form. Then you find the rest of the truth will be revealed. But when it will come, 14th verse we have read, that when our knots of our heart, our clingingness of our heart will be totally destroyed, which we carry in our heart, the affection and attachment for things, when that will go away totally, at that moment the mortal personality who is here will become immortal, and he attains to Brahman. That was the verse 14. And we read the last day, that the same idea repeated again, 15th verse, when this very world, the mind gets rid of all its vagaries, which produces ignorance, on page 178, then the mortal man begins to feel that he is immortal. This is the message of the Vedanta scriptures. This far is the end of all teachings. So it's a very important point. The conclusion of Vedantic teaching is that when all the hridayasya granthaya, all the bondage, all the entanglement of the heart, pravidante, has been disentangled, or it is separated, then only that immortal reality will reveal to a mortal person who thinks, I am born, I am doing this karma, I have this suffering, I have this pain, all these dualities in which the person is engaged, that will be totally gone, and the individual will feel that I am immortal reality. Now we are going to the verse number 16, what is today's reading. And today is 16, 17 and 18, these are the three verses are there. Then apparently this
18 is the
last one. So that means that will end our reading of this book. But this is not that it is the end of reading, rather it is this beginning of the reading, because we have read only. We have to contemplate on those meaning and to make it into our life. So that is the important part. Now let us read this 16th verse today. Satam chaika cha hridayasya nadya, shatam chaika cha hridayasya nadya, tasham murdhanam abhinisritaika, tasham murdhanam abhinisritaikam, murdhanam abhinisritaika, tasham murdhanam abhinisritaika. Say, tasham murdhanam. Murdhanam, you have to break it there. Murdhanam abhinisritaika, abhinisritaika, murdhanam abhinisritaika, murdhanam अभिनिश्रितैका तयोर्धमायन् अमृतत्वमेति तयोर्धमायन् अमृतत्वमेति विश्वङ्गन्या उत्क्रमेण भवन्ति विसङ्गन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति. Now, hridayasya satam cha ekanadyam. The human heart has many as 101 veins. It is the old ancient idea. Now modern science will tell how many nerves are connected with the heart. Though they say that 101, that was the nerve centers connected with the heart. Tasam eka, one of them, murdhanam abhinishata. You see, go the bottom, the word by word meaning. Murdhanam means the crown of the head. It goes up. Out of that 100 nerves connected with the heart, they say one goes high up and penetrates the crown of the head, goes up. That is the urdham. And taya, urdham ayan, the mortal man going upward along that vein, that route, amritattameti, attains immortality. Those whose life breath passes through that type of journey, then these people, they attain to immortality. Vishwak anya utkramane no bhavanti. If he goes through other veins, there are 101 veins, he is reborn in different forms, not necessarily human, but even as an animal, an insect, or a plant. Do you get it? Suppose with this type of practice, one is going to leave the body. And when he leaves the body, if the prana vayu or the energy, heart stops, no? Breathing stops. That is a concept, how the last breath goes. It says that the Hindu concept is that if you are a spiritual person, it goes higher and higher and higher level. Someone goes to the mouth, open mouth, prana-vayu went. Someone goes to the nose, nostril. Someone goes to the eyes. Someone goes here, yogis, here. Swami Vivekananda, it happened. When he left the body, here, bleeding came, blood came over here. That means it penetrated there. So, these are the yogic concept. That translation is here. This book says, there are 101 veins connected with the human heart. The vein is like this, nadi. Yes, you see the pulse here? This is the movement inside the vein. So there are some, this is the ancient concept, mystic expression. There are 108 some channels, meaning there are 108 such channels. If only it moves to the topmost one and the energy flows out into that, the crown, to the crown, and then that is the person who is never to be born again. That person attains immortality. If not, others, there's another 100. They are still yet to reach that climax. So they may have to take some body or other body. Maybe 100, so 100, maybe 100 ways of births and opportunities are there, until they are so pure that that channel opens up, and through that the life breath goes. So you see what he says here, explanation. A person who has realized his identity with Brahman is no longer subject to birth and death. He is now free. But how does his death take place? There is one special vein attached to the heart, which is passes to the crown of the head. At the time of death, the self means who? Small self, the jiva, individual soul, no? Individual soul travels along that vein, which is known as the Sushumna. Only those who are highly advanced spiritually can die in this manner. They are people who have no attraction for things on earth or in heaven. They have totally uprooted their desires. It is connected with the two previous verses, where it says that if we have a little desire for anything in the universe, then this journey is not possible. It pulls us down. That's why people get, in Hindu idea, you can go to different higher plane. Even you can stay with Brahma Loka. Those concepts are there. But it is not to be taken so seriously to think what is that plane. It is unnecessary. The scripture, what it tells, its import is to be accepted. What is the implication of this? The implication means if we have, whoever may be, a little trace of desire, we will have to come back in another channel. You may be a godly body, you may get a human body, you may get a subhuman body, you can get an animal body. That will depend on which channel is coming and how the channel, how the prana, the energy, the vital energy will be released from through which channel. It depends on the purity of the heart and how much entanglement is there. If you have more entanglement, you will have to come down more. They have so many things of the world. If you have reduced 90%, 10%, then 80% level you go, and 90% level attachment in that area. Then it is gone. So when there is no attachment, when one finds its eternal peace and pleasure in the divine and divine only. When that happens, that is called the Brahmajnani. So Brahmajnani is passed to that channel, and they are not to be born in anybody because they have no desire. What is the compelling force to be born or do anything?
To help others.
Eh?
To help others.
To help others, that is a desire. Why to help others? Who is there accepting God in their vision? God will help God. In that level, it does not apply. In our level, it is good to do good to others, to purify our heart. These are the place. In that height of spirituality, there is no two. So who will help whom? So that's why Ramakrishna's commentary, sometimes you find little, sometimes say it contradictory. No, not contradiction. Because it is only in a plight. Ramakrishna said, if God comes, will you ask for him, oh Lord, give me some school, college, hospital, dispensary? Or what will you see? He is talking to a very developed person who have done enough charity, who have a major part of their life is thinking of the good of others, no? And that has made the mind pure. Ramakrishna is giving a boost. Now turn in another jump and see where is absolute oneness. There is no two, there is no question of helping others. When you come down from that level, then you can see, yes, I am here, the world is there, you are a great soul, you see the suffering of ordinary people like us, you feel compassionate. But when in that level, because there is no two, there is no question of, but if God wills, then he can keep that soul, like Vivekananda, kept him in a higher plane, and he was meditating absorbed. And when needed, hey, you come down, I am coming. He called him, no? Vivekananda was called by Ramakrishna, isn't it not? As if no one knows this story.
Yes.
Tell it again.
Yeah, that's the point. There, then we can expand it. Otherwise, I know that everyone is like looking like this means it's something I'm talking. When Sri Ramakrishna said that one day he was thinking, sitting in his meditation, and his mind was soaring high up in spiritual realm. And his mind left the plane of the mortality, this human plane. And it entered into the God's plane. So many gods and goddesses in different flights. His mind is soaring high above, going beyond the plane of the gods and goddesses, and angels and gods and goddesses. And then he twined. Then he reached that I reached a place where there is even the gods and goddesses are not that pure. To enter into that realm of non-duality. Almost duality is merging there into infinitude. But in that level of non-dual reality, I found that 7 sages are steeped in eternal meditation. As if they are sages, how? Not like a gross body of the sage, but the subtlest level of that some sages are in that highest plane, almost merged in samadhi, but little difference, so they are absorbed in that. And then he said, when this I was rising up, that's it, and then that I went and embraced one of the oldest sage, it appeared to him, and he embraced him and whispered in his ear, I am going, you are to come. He was in deep samadhi, but with the touch of God, who whispered in the ear, I have kept you here for that purpose. No, now let us go down. I am coming, so you also follow. And the description says, the ancient sage gradually opened the eyes and didn't say. The language is not there much to say. He only nodded the head like this and again went into samadhi. And Ramakrishna said, when Naren was born, and seeing him, he recollected that vision. And he said, oh, that's why he used to say, you are eternal friend of the human society, Naro Shakha. Shakha means friend. You have come down for the welfare of the whole world. Ramakrishna said when he saw afterwards before his departure. So Ramakrishna understood Vivekananda, who is that? He is not a man of this plane. Not like us doing some japa meditation, one day you get to samadhi. It's not like that. And even that is not possible in one lifetime, no? It seems. But unless that situation, some God's will, they can keep their, say only 4 sages, no? 7 sages, it said. Ramakrishna said he saw 7 sages, not million sages or monks and nothing. Such a rarefied strata of spirituality, they are going to merge, but little, by God's will, they have been kept little separated. So this is the point. It says that unless absolutely pure, they cannot reach that oneness, and then mortality goes away, and individual loses his identity. He feels, I am the immortal, birthless, deathless entity. No? So this is and if those who don't go, like us, what will happen? In any other channel, minus 101, one channel goes like that. About 100, you can be in a God's plane, according to your meditation, prayer, good work. You may be in a level of the angels and saints level. There may be different levels, layers of strata of existence, or human, or subhuman, or whatever, depending on the karma. So this is the overall impression of that. Other people, however, die only to be reborn. Rest of the 100, they are only maybe they reborn, as they have many desires in their minds that are still unfulfilled. They may be reborn as humans, or as animals, or plants. When they die, they leave their bodies through other veins. These 100 other veins, different veins leading to different development of their mind. So, we need not have to make more studies on this, but it's better to know what happens. The sages are saying, so we believe it happens.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think they literally mean veins, or do you think they mean channels?
Channels it should be. They are nadi, you know, in a
The nadis, yeah.
Nadya means nadi. You know, your Ayurveda will understand about nadi.
Yeah.
So they are called 101 nadis are there.
Okay.
The Sanskrit word will be 101 nadis. And nadis, yes, translated as veins. But it is a very subtle area to how to express that idea.
Yeah. Then also Swami Chinmayananda Swami.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Yeah, I'm coming.
He uses
Come.
nerves rather than veins.
Ah.
But in a way, neither one, both are really too physical and gross for the idea, which.
It is a pranavayu going out. That's why
Right,
they're saying.
right. But
Pranavayu is a gross thing.
Right, but in the Yoga Sutra, in the theory of the chakras and so on, when they talk about it, it is not really so anatomical, although it is envisaged in an anatomical formula. It's really an idea, and
Everything is an
the
idea.
Chinese, for example, when we use prana, they say chi, and when the chi is obstructed, there's a klesha. And here, so when they talk about in this translation, veins going from the heart to the head, they're really talking about the rise through the chakras and the way it goes to the ultimate 1,000-petaled
Yeah.
lotus.
That's why they should meditate in the heart. Sometimes it is to understand heart does not mean the physical heart, the location, and where to locate. You can go just in the spine and feel that there is Sushumna, the central channel. If you cut the fish bone, you have all observed fish bone, though you are vegetarian. Have you tasted one time? Or have you seen the fish bone?
Yes, Maharaj.
If you have seen the fish bone, you will find that there are two big holes. Even human, in our spine, it is anatomically, it can be dissection. If you dissect, you will find one is the right channel, big hole, and left channel, another big hole, and central channel is very narrow, slit goes like this. They say one is the afferent nerve center, all the channels which coming from outside, they carry the sensation to the brain, and another channel from brain, what instruction comes, that comes to the other channel. One is called Ida, another is called Pingala. And the central channel, we always live in this either in the Ida and Pingala. That means either in the left channel or in the right channel. All human being, all human perception, they are centered around that channel. Either your afferent nerves or efferent nerves functioning in this through this channel. And the central channel, which is very narrow, it is only perceived by the yogis, and all the chakra meditation people do, they should have to think in this central channel. That means take the mind from the gross to subtle to subtle to subtle, and bring your mind into that singular central channel going straight. That's why it is said that when you sit for meditation, don't sit like this, sit like this. Why? That central channel, by chance your energy level, spiritual energy wakes up. It is so subtle, little bending, little this will obstruct its growth. So keep it always channel free. That's why sit straight, back and neck, always it is said, sit straight, back and neck straight. Meaning it should be always easy flow of the energy. So this is the call. Then where will you think? Not the physical heart. physical heart is indicative. It is indicative that you think in the heart area. But heart area means many people fall in trouble in meditation. Well, I think of heart and I am having this pain, I am this suffocation, because it is wrong. I am not telling that you think of the heart. The doctors, our heart doctors, they can think of the heart, how it is functioning, and you go to this test, that is how it is pumping, you can see. We are not thinking of those things. We are only trying to be focused, which level of our spinal column you keep your minds. So that is the way, it's the yogi's process, but this is that through that area you meditate, and from that, as the afferent and efferent nerves are going in two big channels, similarly there are 108 channels, 101 channels, and out of that one goes straight up, and when it meets here and never to come back, you are immortal. But if it is one level less, then you have to be in some other plane. Your existence as separate from Brahman will remain. So that remains. How many channels, how many levels, they are giving some rough. It's not that counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 100. That means it is innumerable number of planes can be there, and where we can be coming back to. Why we come back? Because we have our intention to fulfill the unfulfilled desires. So that is the subject. Let me see what this Swami Chinmayananda explains. 101 are the nerves of the heart. There says vein, and here he says nerves. Nerves are more probably, it may be close to our understanding. Anyhow, of them one, that is Sushumna, as I have described, the central channel, penetrates the crown of the head. Going upward through that nerve, one attains immortality. The others departed, when they die, lead differently. They go to different flights of spiritual day and different planes of existence. At this stage of your knowledge of Indian philosophy, you all may find it not too easy to follow the meaning of this mantra, which is one of the rock-bottom foundation in the philosophy of yoga. A much more detailed analysis of the spiritual body, encased within our physical form, is supplied to us by some of the other Upanishads. In the Vedic age, probably there was wide currency for this knowledge that Lord Death is here only hinting at the particular creed in a passing statement. We feel that it would not be adding anything to your total understanding of the Upanishad by a cumbersome and exhaustive explanation of this mantra. There is this type of chakra meditation and going to different levels is a different text altogether. So he says, I am not entering into that detailed description. However, we may touch upon the problem. The subtle spiritual body is believed to be constituted of some 101 subtle nerves, which the surgeon's scalpel shall never dissect, nor his eyes oversee. You can see the afferent nerve, efferent nerves if you dissect, because it is something gross. It is so subtle that when you cut the spine, you will not see, you will see only little hole, very thin hole. It is only perceivable to see the hole, but not there is 108 nerves and things. It is not to microscope even it can be found. Of them, the most important is the Sushumna, which runs parallel to the backbone all along its length, and penetrating the top bone, called the apex, extends itself up to the center of the human crown. The sensitiveness of the top center portion of the crown can be very well experienced by ourselves. Here, there is some like very soft portion here. Ramakrishna, as Swami Vivekananda, they said, when he passed away, this place was bleeding came. That penetrating that, something happened. Whatever may be the physiological explanation and relative position, as far as you, the seekers in the path of knowledge, are concerned, it is sufficient to know that the ego center of a meditator who has realized during his life the Apara Brahma relative truth at the time of his death escapes through the Sushumna and crossing distinct regions of experience reaches Brahma Loka, from where ultimately at the end of the Kalpa, with the dissolution of the world of experience, it reaches the supreme state of realization. He is saying, as we are in the physical chakra, so we are living for 101 years, 100 years, no? 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 100 years. So as you go higher up, this period becomes longer. Is it not? Look at that. You sleep you dream for a few seconds. But dream experience is quite long hours. Is it not? That gives a clue. When I am just trying to understand what the verse says, why it is longer. All relative. One lifetime of a crawling worm and one lifetime of a human being is relatively, see how bigger we are. We live so long. A mosquito, how many days they live? And look at the human. My God, mosquitoes are living how many days? Maximum? 15, 20 days, I do not know what is the lifespan.
One day more.
Eh?
One day.
One?
1 day.
No, mosquitoes.
No, maybe 30 days.
Anyhow, I am saying much less than in comparison to our human experience, no?
Yeah.
This is a relative. So if you go in the relative sense, gods, that's why gods we call, they live for eternity. Means for us it is eternity. If you ask a mosquito and say, hey, these are human beings, they don't die. Say, my father died, he told them, he saw this man, and his son, I am dying, I see this man is still the same. My progeny, they will see the same guy. So it is going on 14 generations even. They are not dying, they are immortal. It is all relative. You know, time is very relative and our experiences are very relative. So here, similarly from our level, human level, if you go a little higher, God's level, that's why it is said in Hindu faith, when the forefathers or parents, or anybody dies, Hindus observe some rituals for last rites. After that, they spend for some time, and they think every year they offer some oblation for the forefathers. That's called Shraddha. Have you heard the word Shraddha?
Yes.
Yes.
Shraddha means offering respect for your forefathers. That day you fast, you do some ritual, offer some food according to the scripture, how it is made. It's called pindo and other things. And think that they are getting their food. But the question comes, why you are giving, if you love somebody to give food, you give every day. Will you give one day and make him fast for a whole year and then give another day? What type of giving is this? Don't give them. But the real reason is that why they give it every day, because our 365 days is exactly like one day for them. Relative concept. That is the belief that whole the Hindu society, that's why do offer their oblations for their forefathers with due respect, maybe mom, dad, entire family even. They think, that's why we say, if anyone dies today, what do we not to cry? Because maybe after 10 days or 20 days we will meet you. 10, 20 days is nothing for us. Similarly, the fathers who have, or the parents or who have died now, if he spends 1 day, our relative time we will spend 1 year. So if I die after 10 years, I will meet him. Suppose you have been moved from this room to another room and you are residing in that room. And my relative concept, my 1 year passed. For you only 1 day. So after, it is all relative, no? See, nowadays so many things as virtual reality, etc. It's not all relative thing. Everything is relative. Time, space and causation, 3 are relative things. So this is the concept that timing is so therefore going to any other plane, they live for longer period in that plane. As you go to the higher plane, your existence, you live like human being 100 years. Let us say 100 years is standard. In comparison to ant's body, a body of a worm or an insect or a spider, look at that. They also have their soul there. They have their living entity. So, as they feel that their life is so small for a small short time, human beings are so long, they live like that. Therefore, it is on the relative plane. As your mind goes and dies in to fulfill some desire in higher plane, good activity, that will be a relative idea. So, and if you go higher and higher, and then you go to that plane where almost you are merging, but not merging, that will be billions of years then. You remain in that plane of absorption there. So this is the concept, just to understand what is the relative concept of existence here and hereafter. But they enjoy this upward journey only if they are doing spiritual practice and purifying their heart so that their journey leads them to one level to the other level up. So here he says, whatever may be the physiological explanation and relative position, the seekers of the path of knowledge are concerned is, it is sufficient to know that the ego center of the meditator who has realized during his life, but what he has realized? The relative truth. At the time of death, escapes through the Sushumna and crossing distinct regions of experiences, reach that Brahmaloka from where you don't come back in this way anymore. But you live there for the period, long period, and ultimately merge. Ultimately, at the end of Kalpa, with the dissolution of the world of experience, it reaches the supreme state of realization. It is not much important. Important thing that to get realization here and now. This is also another warning. If you don't get it, then you will have to wait for so many hundreds and thousands of years. You want to do that, there is fun also. You can enjoy something. But there may be some difficulty also, who knows? As we say, the human life is so good, no? Every child will think, oh my God, see, all the elders are so full of joy, how they are freedom enjoying. Huh? They think that we are all free. They do not know every day we cry because of our freedom, so-called freedom. So this concept will change. That's why, as for the one who has realized the eternal, all-pervading truth in its attributeless, pure essence, even while living in the body form, because a Jivan Mukta, only that is the greatest freedom. If we can have it here and now, no doubt you need not have to stuck in any plane. It's called Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. As soon you have realized God, you are a Jivan Mukta, you are free soul while living, and as this body drops, your prarabdha karma drops, you enter into your eternal self. Not through any this channel of Brahma, these Pitri, or gods and goddesses channel, all gone. You straight be one with that. There is no need of your being born here. Nothing can pull you back because you have no desire to come back. Main thing, we are born because we have desire. And we are to fulfill the desire. Unless it is fulfilled, I will have to run for that. So, therefore, get out of the desire. Desire God, God. And desiring God or putting God in every equation. And then seeing the world. See Brahman. See the reality. See the truth. Not seek. Vedanta says no. Seeing Brahman. Seeking means you are searching for something. But see, it is here. Not to seek. Not to forget to seek, but to see. Seeking means here is there. Oh, this object is here, or there, or there, or there. There are so many alternatives. But seeing means it is here. Check it. What you are seeing. This is God. This is divine. This is Atman. That's the Vedantic stand. And by this practice, ultimately, one attains to that state of freedom. And if you retain, once you achieve this freedom, you become Jivan Mukta, free while in the body. And when you have that freedom, and when the body, so long your body remains, you will be in the world, eat with us, eat, sleep, talk like us, no? But your vision is already changed. You see God everywhere and you live. And then when the body, your body will be just come to the end point of prarabdha karma, no more impetus to push in further, then as the body drops, you merge into that cosmic consciousness, eternally free soul. And nothing to come back, nothing to go, nothing to express, nothing to enjoy. There is only one, and that you are. So, to such a jnani, even the Shruti means the Upanishad, denies all passage of journey. Natasya prana utkramanti. In the Upanishad, it is said, this type of person who have realized God already while in life, tasya prana, their prana means this vital energy, na utkramanti. Don't go up or down. Where it will go? For him, no going, no coming. For us, we are here, we will go to here, we will go there, we will experience our joy here, there. But he has nothing to go, no desire. So, body drops and they merge into the divine. And the Upanishad suggests that idea, na tasya prana utkramanti, that their pranas don't go anywhere because they are absorbed in that reality. That means such a complete and total liberation, that is called the Kaivalla Mukti. That's another term. Kaivalla means Keval, only. Only and only Mukti, liberation. Only and only liberation. Nothing else. And liberation, in language is also incomplete. Whatever you say, you cannot express the truth.
How is it different from Jivan Mukti?
Jivan Mukti, when you are attain the truth and come back in the body consciousness again, no? If you are in Samadhi, then you are not to come back. But ordinary soul with spiritual practice goes into the deeper meditation and identifying I am that, I am that, I am that. And at a special moment, God's grace and his own effort, that I merges into Brahman, and that's the Samadhi. We call Vedantic term, yogic term Samadhi, Vedantic term perfect identity with Brahman and the Jivatman. Paramatma, Jivatma, unity in another term, Nirvana in another term. After Nirvana, what will happen? Some, if they remain there for 21 days in that state and do not come back, you know that you cannot bring him back anymore. But we see all the saints. What about Brahmananda, Vivekananda, all these children, Ramakrishna himself, Ramana Maharshi, what happened to them? They are in one level, they are all Jivan Muktas. They have realized the truth, but they come back again Why into the body? There is some remnant karma to finish.
Prarabdha.
Prarabdha. Remnant karma to finish something. That's why they come back into the body. And when they come back, they see the world. They eat. They talk. They get angry. They get emotional. Everything happens. Look at all the Jivan Muktas of the world. But they are not like us. Our anger is anger. Our frustration is frustration. Depression is depression. But they see two things. It is all consciousness and only dancing of the consciousness. Therefore, they don't get attached to anything. But they have their reflex action. They have their emotion. As the body is still there, they come into the level of the body. And bodily functions goes on. But their inner reality opens up. The heart has been so clear with that experience. It becomes such an experience, you cannot forget that. That's why Gita said that if thousands of suns appear in the sky at a time, what Oppenheimer expressed when he saw the first explosion of the atomic explosion in Nagasaki, Hiroshima, he expressed that. It reminded him of this Gita's verse. Meaning that effulgence, that unexpressible joy, you cannot hide anymore. And that remains in the background of your all action. So you see that plus the whole world. But because you see that and this world, so you know whatever happening in name and form, it is mere just a fun. But there is only one. So that's why they live in the world detached. They act, they seem to be attached. They act and react like an ordinary person. Vivekananda, when he used to get mad and angry upon someone, even Brahmananda would not face him. He is his bosom friend. In such a mood. No? People will say, what type of Brahmagyan? He is getting mad. Yes, that's instant reaction because they are in the body level, and in that body level they are performing their action. But within a split second, they come back to their own senses. Because they have that at the background. Ramakrishna said, like if you have a toothache, you need not have to remind at any time, oh, you are talking, oh, is there any toothache? Am I to explore and find out? No, the toothache will make you understand it is I am here. So similarly, that awareness of the divine will make us compel to think that there is this reality.
So, a Kaivalya Mukta is somebody who gives up the body in the midst of when he is attained samadhi.
After
When he is
attaining
in samadhi.
Jivan Mukta becomes that Kaivalya Mukti.
But there is no coming back.
No coming back.
So it is giving up the body in samadhi.
That will happen even if they gives body in any consciousness, their body identity being detached, the body falls anywhere. Then they may not be in samadhi. Then they may not be sitting in like this. They may be chit-chatting and the body may go. But as soon as the body identity goes, they are realized that state remains in their perfect understanding. So they remain in that ultimate state of oneness. Kaivalya means kevalatva, only. That mukti where there is no duality, onlyness of that. So he said that by knowing Brahman, he has become Brahman. Such a complete, that means after death, when his mind totally gets dissolved, little mind was functioning through the body to eat, to sleep, to talk, to be active in the life. When that also goes away, then it becomes complete, and then total liberation. That is called only Kaivalya Mukti. That means not to come back again. Here, after realization, still you are functioning, coming back as it were, in the Jivan Mukti state. Kaivalya Mukti, here it is defined as you never come back again to the body or anything.
A lot of great men tell their disciples, they're giving up the body at a certain time, and they do.
Today is our history. There is one Swami Akamananda. He was Swami Akhandananda Maharaj's disciple. And that disciple always in the cheerfulness. And somebody has sent an email which says that he is always saying, whenever anyone talks about Ananda, his face beams. He is now 108 or 105?
105.
105. So 105 years old. You can see how the frail body. But his face beams with joy whenever he hears the word Ananda. Last 3 days he decided, he declared that I am going to give up my body. And then last 3 days he denied all eating, drinking or anything. But his face is cheerful and joyful, whole body, and everyone is feeling so much excited about being in his presence. But he is always cheerful, and ultimately he gave up the body. I heard that this morning or afternoon sometime. He started giving up last 3 days, and gradually he gave up his body. Yes, he can give up his body if he feels no attachment for anything. But when the desire to give up also will come, when that goes away, then
Where is he located?
he was in our Concord Center, at the foothill of Himalayas, near Rishikesh. You come down from Rishikesh, near Haridwar, Haridwar, where they do evening prayer arati. Thousands and thousands of people arrive. It's a scene to observe, a holy place. But anyhow, he was 100 some years old, and is the last disciple of Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna's disciple's disciple. Ramakrishna, his 16 disciples, out of them, those he initiated, he was the last person and gone today. And the body is gone. But what experience! We should read that. There, you have the material description. They give it so that I can read out. They will be enjoying how one doctor Brahmachari saw. We are talking about Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti, all this philosophy. Here is a description of a person, how a Jivan Mukta people lived with always in joy, always in cheers. And when he died, everyone felt that. So it is better to read this way. It will be, it says, the subject written by Dr. Shiva Kumar. He is a monk also of our Haridwar Ramakrishna Mission. Revered Swami Akamananda Ji Maharaj of Haridwar Ramakrishna Mission Ashram made his final sankalpa, means resolution or decision, to give up his body. He told this just 2 days ago. 2 days ago, sadhus, monks here are saying that he announced long ago that he would leave the body consciously at his will. And he is now doing exactly as he said. He is neither taking food nor drinking anything for last 2 days. Fully aware internally, he is now totally indrawn, but highly alert. He is responding to every question that is being asked to him now, but saying that he is going to leave this world very soon. His face lights up with extraordinary joy, and he flashes a divine smile when he hears the word Ananda, joy, from us. Absolute consciousness, the miracle monk with Vedantic words on the mouth. The word Ananda is his favorite word all through. What a sight! I only read such signs of Brahmagyanis in the books, but now I see all these in front of my eyes. The rishis, as described in the Upanishad, or a sthita prajna of the Bhagavad Gita. Sadhus and visitors are pouring in from different parts of India to have his last darshan or vision of his mortal frame. We are feeling sad, yet at the same time feeling so joyous to see such a monk of extraordinary caliber. He attained the state of Jivan Mukti long ago. Now he is casting away his mortal coil. On 1st June, he stepped into 105 years of his age. On 2nd, he announced his willingness to have complete withdrawal. And from 3rd, he stopped all food intake, including liquids. He is lying on his bed with no disease, fully aware, floating in the bliss of Brahman. Glory to Ramakrishna and Holy Mother and Swamiji. Did you get anything further?
It is in your computer. It come recently that 10:43 in the morning, I think, like that, he gave up the body. In 5th June.
Where is it?
And,
Another little note somebody has written?
No, it not.
Just I am reading that. Swami Akamananda is a monk of Ramakrishna Mission who was the direct disciple of Swami Akhandananda. That is the last president of our order, Akhandananda, who again was direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna and the president of the Ramakrishna Mission in the early days. So this is the life.
Swamiji, what's the name of this?
Akamananda. Kama, Akama. Ananda, Ananda. Akama, Ananda. No kamana, no desire. See how the Guru has given the name. You can check. So it was given when he was a young boy of 20 or 30, when he got the monastic vows. Akhandananda Swami, or who gave this one, I do not know at least. He has given the name Akama Nanda. Akama Ananda. So he is Ananda. Ananda of what? Not having any desire. Kama is desire, but no kama is akama. So he is the Ananda derived out of no kamana. So what we read is a good conclusion, no? It's a good conclusive how it matches today. And today is the almost last reading. Another verse is there. One verse 70, that will end the book because the last verse is nothing, declaring the end of the chapter. So, I think thank this holy person. They have given the meaningfulness of our reading this. It is not a story. What we are reading, are you sure of it or not now? Jivan Mukti can be possible? Is it sure or not? And then it can be experienced as Ananda. Is it true or not? Even death comes, there is smiling with, glittering with joy. And whenever anyone says Ananda, he is flushed with joy. He is consciously living, he is responding to all the questions, totally detached. And just like the body. What will happen? We read that he will be immortal, never to come back. You know? He will be experiencing that, what is called the Kaivalya Mukti. Jivan Mukta he was. Now I understand. He was Jivan Mukta. In this life, by his performance, by his spiritual practice, by his sincerity, detachment from everything, he had achieved the state of freedom while in body. But though he has achieved, he was talking to us, chit-chatting. I saw him in Belur when a long time ago. I am here 25 years ago, and that maybe I have seen him 40 years. He is doing the Belur and we saw him like ordinary in Ramakrishna order. How many such great saints are there? We cannot just assume from outside. That's the only, I'll say, a special organization which actually proves the validity of what scriptures are telling. Even today in 2018, that's 5th of June, there is a testimony of Jivan Mukti, Kaivalya Mukti. Is it not a grand history? It's imagination, doubt, question. See the life, what you doubt? So, This Ramakrishna's advent is a very serious affair. Anyhow, we have to be prepared for this. That is the point. We have all potential for this. All of us have this potentiality. And we are born to have this experience. If we don't get it this life, we'll have to be born again. Where we'll be born, I do not know. Shall I get a holy company? That I do not know. I'll be born in such a place, maybe no one will be there to guide me. But this life, we have got the guidance, we are in the holy company, we learn this philosophy, we are seeing this living example. And if it does not happen here, then what? Then wait. Wait for
Another life.
another life. If you don't get it here, another life. How many lives? Who knows?
But Krishna said if you finish it here, you will get that platform and then you will start again from here. It's not like that it will be lost.
You never lost, but you will lose this. Why to delay? When you have this opportunity now and here, Swami Brahmananda said, okay, it can be achieved in any life. It will come. Nothing is lost in spiritual life. Gita says, Shalpam apyasya dharmasya trayati mahato bhayat. Even if a little bit of the practice of this religion, spirituality, what you are talking about, it can destroy all the fear, a great fear, and that is death, etc. And nothing is lost. But will you be thinking, okay, nothing is lost, let me do another life, try another life? Why not now? If it is available here and now, who will be a fool to wait for the next life? Oh, that's true, but I like this, I like that. Okay, you like that, you stay here. And next stay a little longer, no problem. But we'll have to arrive at this conclusion. Will you get holy people like this? Suppose you see, we are born in a very blessed time, very close to the proximity of the birth of incarnation. Great incarnation like Ramakrishna. And not only great incarnation, all the 16 disciples, had they been born in one time, they would have been avatara in one age. So suppose if Swami Vivekananda only would have come. They are not ordinary people. And we are so much close to this advent. We feel the warmth of them. We saw this description we are reading. Is it not a touch of that spirituality? If we lose this chance and wait for some time, I do not know. I am afraid. Where shall I be born again? God knows. That's the point.
Swami. And what's born is not even you. I mean this. You know what I mean? This personality here, it doesn't get born again, and it's always changing. The personality is always changing. You know? So
Yeah.
what's born? You know, it's not even you. So it has to be. You have to do it now.
Have to?
So it's only relevant for what's here now.
That's
It's
the
not
point.
relevant,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
There's
No, Vedanta also emphasizes what is happening now. What will happen after life, that's a different concept.
Yeah, it's not even.
But you can do that. That's why Ramakrishna said, first realize God. But his advice is straight. First realize God. Don't pay attention to anything. Focus your whole attention for this realization. And then after realization, you enjoy. He gave the example, two holy men came to visit city. And they are all wandering monks, they don't know of city life and its glamour and light and this and that. So after two monks came, and one monk just with the heavy luggage and everything, whatever is carrying, he has come to enjoy. Then another monk says, why are you carrying all this bundle? First leave it somewhere else and with free hand enjoy. I have already done that. So Sri Ramakrishna said, keep your baggage somewhere else. First throw away and free hand and enjoy the bliss of God. And then you go and enjoy. If you like, go. Huh? Enjoy God.
There's a great deal of knowledge to be gained. That's why we're here. Is it true, in fact, that we are the knowledge?
Good.
And it's a realization that we don't have to struggle that. That's what we are. We should wake up to it.
Yeah, but we can wake up. You need not have to know all the science means. You may be knowing only physics. You want to know everything of science, then how many lives will go away? If you plan that way, I'll know everything and then know God. Then you have to delay that way. And why to do that? Knowing which everything will be known. Knowing which I will be able to know the conscious entity, which is the background of all awareness, all knowledge. So that is the Ramakrishna stand. Thank you. Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahano Gunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejashvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanam Astu.